Oh, you guys, I'm so excited. So this is truly like just an impromptu chat with a really awesome person who I know you are going to adore if you don't already know her. This is Patricia Lohan, who is coming to us from
Hi.
Ireland. And when she's not in Ireland, she's in Bali. She lives this amazing life, and she's a feng shui expert. You may have seen her on one of the many, many TV shows that she's been on. She's been in every single magazine and all the newspapers. Her book, which is called The Happy Home, has literally cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. And she does, I haven't even told you this, but in the very beginning of her book, Patricia talks about how like broken things are really bad for your soul. Like it's bad to have broken things sitting around. Like that's bad energy. And it sort of like, I don't know, the word impoverished came into my mind. And I looked around my house that has been so neglected for so long as I've been so deep into my business. There's broken stuff everywhere. The house is 100 years old. So seriously, your book, I was like, that's it. No more broken stuff. So we have just been investing and fixing everything up around our house, and it's all your fault. So thank you for that.
Oh, I'm glad that's a good thank you. In a good way, like improving your environment, upgrades, up leveling. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Because that's what we're all about at the moment. I'm upgrading and up leveling because of you.
All right. Well, tell us about that. So, well, first, let me just sort of explain how this came to be. So out of the blue, I get this voice message, and it was like divinely inspired because the timing of it was crazy. And Patricia just was saying wonderful things about a hiring system that she learned from me. And then she found out about Front Row CEO, and she was the first person to sign up for the program and said, I want to go live. I want to go live and tell people, how awesome your method is. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. And so here is Patricia. Patricia, first, if you'd like to say a few words about what you do beyond what I've said.
Okay.
And
So my name is Patricia. I'm from Ireland, but I do live in Bali. Thank you, Jen, for that amazing intro. I just wanted to say, I've written a book called The Happy Home, and I help people make their homes magnetic to money, luck, and blessings. Most of the time, it doesn't cost a lot of money to implement my stuff unless you have been neglecting your home a lot.
Right.
But I really am about making sure that your environment is your number one priority for you, to support you, to grow your business, to accelerate success. And oftentimes, if you're working from home, you forget that, it's actually really important that everything around you is supporting you, including where you're working from. So that's a really important part for me. But this all came about, like with Jen, was we were in a mastermind, and we met at a mastermind, and then we did an event, and we were sitting beside each other having dinner one night, and she told me about her VAs. And I was like, oh my God, that just sounds amazing. And she's like, I have this system, this process. And the minute I hear systems and processes, I run a mile. I am like allergic 99% of the time. But I got to a place where we actually came back to Ireland for a bit, and that was ages. That was or something. She mentioned this little masterclass thing, and she's like, I'll give it to you. You can watch it. You can do the class. And I was like, yeah, okay, but that's another thing for me to do on my list. And then a few weeks ago, I had this, like, again, you were talking divine intervention. It feels like a divine intervention because I was like, my brain was imploding with things I wanted to do in my business, but I didn't have enough kind of support. Or if I was trying to get the support, I'll give one example. I had like one webinar that I did, and I wanted it cropped into like the golden nuggets of it, to make them as videos to then put on my Facebook and to create more content from content that I've already used. This is like no big deal. But the person that we found to do it was like, it ended up costing like a few €100s to do it. So that's a couple of $100s to do it. And it was like a few pieces of content. It wasn't this big deal, but it ended up costing a fortune. And I was like, oh my God, everything I want to do feels like it's kind of unachievable right now for us. Like, we're not going to get there. I just have to put it on the long finger. For example, like doing a podcast, doing my YouTube YouTube show, things that I really want to do. So that was getting a little bit overwhelming. And I was like, I need some more proper help. And I can't justify paying my current customer care VA to do admin tasks for $25 an hour, because that's just crazy. But I was kind of throwing these tasks at her because I'm like, I had no one else to do it. So enter Jen and this idea going, contact her to get the. So I messaged her and I'm like, hey, remember all those months ago you said about this thing you had? Send it to me. And myself and my husband were driving from we live in Dublin, but my family were in Galway in the West Coast, the entire country, like across the country in Ireland. It's like 2.5 hour drive. But we listened to it on our way across the country. And I swear to God, myself and Ken looked at each other at 10 times going, what have we been doing? Oh my God, we're doing this now. So both, I was like, that's it. And I put it on my thing, like, get this, follow Jen's like suggestions. In messaging, she said, I'm actually making a new and improved thing. And here's some tips to new and improved way of doing it better than the master. And I was like, okay, great, I'm doing it. So within like 4 days, I was like, oh my God, I just got a graphic designer. They've sent me all these redesigned things. It's amazing. And then I'm like, okay, the VA thing took a little bit longer, but I discovered that what I'd done was I kind of tasked was too hard. So I rechanged it. And then I got 2 people to apply. Oh, I cannot believe like how happy I am right now, because I couldn't choose between the 2 of them. I had a call with them both last week. I did them for a trial for a week each, and gave them all different tasks as per Jen. I had like a Trello board set up. I followed I was like, I'm doing this. Even if it's like my whole body is repelling against Trello, I am doing this because I know I need it. So I did it and I was like, oh, it was amazing. Had the calls with them both and I was like, this is great. One of them, I said, like, she can only do 20 hours a week. I was like, perfect. The other one can do full time. I'm like, I'm hiring them both. I have so much stuff that I want to do to create in my business. I'm hiring them both because I was just like, I need this. I know. But I'm driving literally down the car a day or 2 later going like, how the hell am I going to train them? Like, how am I going to teach them? Like, what am I going to do? What are this? How much of what I want? Like, I think I need to hire Jen. I need to talk to Jen and hire Jen. And I'm like, I've hired the 2 of them. They're amazing. They're doing great things. Like, they're just like, do the content thing, do the video thing. Get this. Both of them did I sent them both a live training, just like I got that other person, like hundreds of dollars, like these small snippets. I just sent them to the 2 separate ones, Facebook class I did, and sections that I do. So people ask me feng shui questions to me, and then do a Facebook Live with loads of them. And I'm like, here's today's answer. Read the. I sent it to both.
So we're losing you. We're losing your connection. You're saying such good things, and I'm getting like pieces. Is there a better spot? So I know you sent. We got that you sent like you sent them the same kind of content you sent to the $25 an hour people, Facebook Lives. And I think what you were then saying is like what they gave back to you was amazing.
Oh my God. It was so much better than I could have. They made like screenshots with the questions. They put music to the YouTube videos. They on they're now scheduling to meet Edgar. So I sat down I was like scrolling through Facebook. There's my little snip, like edited done in Meet Edgar, like in my feed, and I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
Okay, we're losing you, Patricia. I don't know. Do you have a spot? Like, can you move around from where? Are you on your phone or are you on a computer?
I'm not on my phone. We have satellite internet at the moment, and it is not 100%. I'm going to move over beside the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's already better.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that better? I'm going to open the window as well. Open the door. Is that better?
Yeah, that is a lot better. While you're repositioning, let's answer this question. So this person says, where did you find the VAs? That sounds amazing. So Patricia found them at a magical place that I recommend in my course. It's an online website where the VAs are just from the Philippines. And Patricia followed my system for doing so. And now we can hear you so much better. So
okay, brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll stay here. And this is like a really interesting one, because when Jen initially said to me the Philippines, I just went, oh, I've been on Fiverr before. I've tried to hire people in different places and it didn't work. I think I need to pay a fortune to get good people. So that was when the system that Jen taught is what, because I think millions of applicants, I didn't need to sort them, but they proved to me that they could do jobs that I wanted.
Yeah, it's like, it's not complicated. It's really,
No.
and it's whatever bit of time, right, it takes on the front end, considering the payoff that is waiting for you on the other end of being able to do all those millions of ideas that are busting through all the notebooks that you have, the things that you've written down and the things that you want to do. I mean, it's like, what is freedom worth to you?
Yeah. And then when I was like, so just back to the Facebook Live, they did now, so they're scheduled, all those two, and they will keep doing that now. What I was with is things like, I want to do a podcast, and then when you sent me saying, oh, I'm going to do this program and I'm going to show you the whole system that I've created for a podcast, I was like, oh my god, that's great, I'm in. And it's not just that, to do the job. So I was like, this is a no-brainer for me. Already I've saved a fortune.
Yeah, well, great. So like Patricia was saying, and you kind of went out at that part, but in Front Row CEO, which closes tonight at midnight, you guys, Eastern Standard Time, I'm putting in there as one of the bonuses is you basically get all of my main systems that I use, the templates that you could copy them over into your own program, whether it's Process Street or Google Docs or Trello or whatever. We got you hooked up with our systems that we use. One of those systems that Patricia was mentioning is podcast production. But actually, the way that we produce both pre-production and post-production for our podcast can be applied to any really any content creation. And the beauty of the system, and I've been saying this all week long, is that really, systems do give us hives. Like, it's just, and just the word systems, it's just not sexy, right? But really, all a system is a checklist. And it's a checklist that you or anybody, if you fall off the face of the earth, they could come in and run that checklist, and it will be done right consistently every time. Built into our systems, though, in addition to the checklist, is like when you click on point number 2, there's an explanation, a picture, potentially a video if necessary to accompany that step. So really and truly, it just runs itself. Like, anybody could go in without a word of explanation. They should be able to come in and run that thing from you. So this person, sorry, you guys, I'm not seeing your names unless you click that permission thing that StreamYard puts up there. I can't see your name, so it's just Facebook user. But in this CEO program, is this the CEO program that's in beta? It is exactly that. And that's why the price is so low. When I launch it again, it will be at least double. But I did this on purpose because I'm going to benefit. I mean, I'm asking the people who purchase to to number 1, finish the course. Number 2, give me feedback, good and bad, to help me improve the course. And also, I'm going to get all these great case studies because it's already proven from my initial program. I have just improved my initial program that I've been teaching for 4 years, added the systems end of it. So I know it works, but now I'm going to get some really amazing case studies from this beta launch.
I think the thing is, it's like when you don't know how, like, I want this thing done in my business, but I don't know how to do it. I am not techie at all. So having you, the digital strategist, system, and then be like, this is how they do it, and give it to the VA, I'm like, oh my god, this is so easy for me. That's what I found this week, is having to create these checklists and figure out these lists and tell them what to do and direct them. And half the time I'm like, I hope this is right. I hope I'm telling them right things, like, because I'm not the techie person.
Right. Well, I mean, you're doing fine. And when you get into, you're going to see something when you get into the new course that's going to make that so unbelievably easy for you without you having to be the techie person, even without my systems that are in the bonus, you're still going to be able to give them anything without actually having to know that thing. So,
Yeah.
not to be so
It's
cryptic, you
exciting.
guys, but I don't want to like go way deep into the whole thing because
Yeah.
everything sort of requires explanation, and and then I'm going to end up explaining like the whole course. But
It's very exciting.
yes, well, thank you so much. Where can people find out more about you, Patricia? Let's see.
So
I
people
think
can find out more about me at patricialohan.com, and at patricialohan.com, if you scroll down, there's actually a ebook of how to feng shui your office. Lots of tips of how to get your office set up for success. So that's where I would recommend you going there, get yourself sorted with getting your office set up for success, and join Jen's course for your systems.
I have a question for you about that.
Yes.
Do you
Yes.
do you do anything? Is there such a thing as seasonal feng shui? So, like, could you do a freebie that was around, or like the time of year? Like, is there such a thing as like a New Year feng shui sort of good best practices for stuff like that?
Yeah, there's definitely stuff for New Year feng shui, because we move into a new cycle of the Chinese New Year as well. So there's that actually happens in February, but it's like the New Year. So I usually kind of tell people in January to get started and get ready for our Chinese New Year.
Okay, all right. Well,
There's an idea for me.
I'm telling you, yes, that would be great. Like, I want to know, like, how can I make my office more open to receive all the goodness, this time of year specifically, or maybe, in January, like third quarter is already
Yeah.
over. But
Yeah.
let me see if I can pull up. I just want to pull up my banner real quick. There's the link, you guys. Again, we close at midnight Eastern Standard Time. It's already what, 5:30, 6 o'clock p.m. your time, Patricia?
It is nearly 6 o'clock here.
Yeah,
So it
all
is
right.
6 p.m. And I've been telling loads of people about your program because I'm like, this is going to be amazing.
Well, thank
Come
you.
join it.
The content's going to be live for you since and to anybody else who purchased at 4 p.m. today. And that's when everybody's going to be admitted into the Facebook group. So I'm super excited too. And I'll see you on the inside, Patricia, and anybody else who joins us. And thank you so much for doing this and sharing your enthusiasm.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. I'm excited. My whole business is going to like completely take off. I can feel it already.
All right. Awesome. Me too. Thank you. Bye.